WrestleMania season has passed. The majority of WrestleMania was incredible, but the main event from night 2 was tragic, to say the least. Another episode of Only Built, Wrestling Rinx. I want to talk about why Cody lost. And he lost because of Vince McMahon and his need for revenge. He needs that revenge. He needs that payback. He needs that yo, I'm big, I'm bad, I'm a man, I'm tough. And if you mess with me in any kind of way or embarrass me in any kind of way, I'm gonna make it 10 times tougher for you. And of course, you kind of have to do it because you're under contract. If you don't do it this way, you're a breach of contract and it will sue you for even more. Right? I'm going to give you a few examples of why we all should have seen Cody's loss coming. Number 1, Road Warrior Hawk. Now, I was watching the documentary alcohol problem, and then he started to perform badly in the ring. So when he did that, of course they had to like push him to the side, say, hey, either you go to rehab or you're fired. That left Road Warrior Animal alone by himself. So eventually when he got himself clean, Road Warrior Hawk, he came back. But see, that's when Vince McMahon had his revenge. See, they brought him in and they had a storyline where he was constantly getting drunk. So it's kind of like how they say the real world mimics the things that we create. So he took something from the real world and put it into his created world. And looking back on it, that's absolutely disgusting. Like, we could have watched it back then and be like, yo, this is entertaining and look at what he's doing. He's acting so drunk and belligerent, but that's how it was. And the same thing happened with Scott Hall in WCW. We're all aware of Scott Hall's problems. Let's not forget about the American Dream himself. There was always this big rumor that when Vince McMahon took Dusty Rhodes from the territories, he put him in polka dots. Yeah, those yellow and black polka dots. And he put that on them as a rib. And Fearless, I don't know if you know what a rib is, but a rib is kind of like a prank, a joke, or you know what I mean? So get the boys and girls in the back laughing and things like that, right? So, you know, because Dusty was doing so well on Independence, Vince brought him in and he said, okay, I'm going to teach this guy the ropes, or my ropes. He takes Dusty Rhodes, puts him in those polka dots, and he puts this kind of big, unattractive black woman with him as his valet, right? So it's kind of pushing for him to fail, so to speak. And Dusty Rhodes took lemons and made it lemonade and became one of the most popular wrestlers. And those polka dots are so synonymous with him. Like back when Cody was in WWE the first time, he was Stardust. He came out and when he was in the WrestleMania match, in the ladder match, the Money in the Bank match, he came out in the polka dots, the black and red polka dots. Everybody knows that that's Dusty Rhodes. According to the rumor, that was Vince McMahon, you know, trying to get a rib and trying to, you know, pretty much ruin his career. You know, because Vince he has a long track record. If he doesn't like you, he'll find a way to get you out of here, right? Another one, Perry Saturn. Now, do y'all remember Perry Saturn when he went off on the green guy, the recruit, the new guy? And I guess like the new guy, the new wrestler was missing a couple of spots in the ring, and they got Perry Saturn mad and Fearless. This is back when, you know, wrestlers gave receipts. Like wrestlers, like, you know, if you hit me too hard, or you broke my nose, or if you did this, like I'm gonna get you back. Like now it's a lot more, you know, friendly, lovey-dovey. You know, let's go out and play video games. Whereas back then it was like, yo, let's go out and drink, and you know, you pop this pill, and you know, let's give this person this GHB and say it's a prank or a rib or something like that. Real talk. So anyway, Perry Saturn got mad at this new guy, this new recruit in the ring because he was messing up moves, and he went hard on him. He whooped his monkey ass for real, throwing real live rounds, real shots, kicking him, threw him out the ring unprotected, all that stuff. Apparently Vince got mad at him and he gave him the Moppy gimmick. So yes, from the remainder of Perry Saturn's career in WWE at that time was him being paired with a mop. And that mop was his girlfriend slash valet. And it was an actual mop. Bro, Google it. It was, I swear to God, I wouldn't lie to you. And it was like a mop with like a drawn on face on it, right? Google it. Moppy. Moppy. And that, I believe, was a revenge tactic as well. You know? And, you know, I also think like he's done it with Kurt Angle. I think he's done it with the Big Show. You know, like the Big Show, for him being like this big brooding dude, his career in WWE was kind of, with all due respect, lackluster. You know what I mean? But you see how embarrassing that is. You know what I mean? Like doing, you have to do something like that because you're under contract. Like Big Show had to, you know, dance around like a baby on New Year's. You know, and Kurt Angle, like when he came back, and you know, Kurt Angle has like a tumultuous relationship with Vince McMahon. Like, you know, I told you once that Kurt Angle was addicted to pills and he didn't want to go to rehab, so he left WWE and went to TNA. And when he finally got clean and everything, he went back to WWE. And his last and final match with WWE was at WrestleMania against Baron Corbin. I don't care what anyone says. That was a Vince McMahon revenge. That was a revenge. Now, don't get me wrong, Kurt Angle cannot go the way he could before. Like his neck is all fused together. He can't move the way he moved. He could do a few moves, but he's not the Kurt Angle of old, you know. But they still could put him in the ring with somebody that can do like the majority of the work and still make Kurt Angle look at somewhat decent. And you know, because people just want to see like, you know, the suplexes, the angle slam, and then the ankle lock, and you know, we want to chant "you suck" at him and things like that. You know, we just want to do, you know, the classics. But you know, Baron Corbin, and then he lost. Which, of course, don't get me wrong. You're like, if it's your final match, the rule is when it's your last match, when you're retiring and going to another company, you kind of put the new guy over, or the next person up over. Baron Corbin was not the next person up. They literally put Kurt Angle up against the person that everybody disliked in WWE. You know, all the wrestling fans just cannot stand him. And they put the greatest wrestler of all time in the last match at WrestleMania up against him. I think that was a revenge. But that's why I think that we all should have seen Cody losing at WrestleMania. I still think that was a revenge for Cody even leaving and making something of himself. Making a big something of himself. Having a hand in AEW and giving Vince McMahon more work, more competition. That's what I think. So you come back and, you know, and Cody told the story, you know, before he came out and said that I signed with WWE. He said that Vince and Bruce, they came to my house here in Atlanta because he lives here, you know. He's like, they flew out here to see him, went to his house. He said we talked business for a little bit, then we started talking about our families for the rest of the time there. There's this rumor that Vince McMahon has this thing saying, oh, we're family, we're all family, you know. But then he'll, like, you know, kind of stab you in the back type of feel, you know. But yeah, they're paying this guy, Cody, like $3 million a year, $3.5 million a year. And, you know, there's a lot of people that'll be like, hey, you're trying to tell me that Vince would pay these people just to make a fool out of them so they can fail? Yes. You know, I'm gonna embarrass the shit out of you on the grandest stage of them all against the guy that I created, that I made. And he's done it again. Triple H. Triple H fought Sting at WrestleMania a few years ago. Triple H and Stinger. Triple H won. Why? Then all of DX came out. Then all of NWO came out. Like, why did Triple H have to win that? Because Vince has to have the last word. That's like the dagger in WCW. Y'all failed. I bought you. Sting, you're the greatest thing. From there, you get beaten by Triple H. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. That's crazy. There was so much more money in Sting and Cena or something like that. Sting and Taker. You want to get him to get down by Triple H? It's crazy shit, bro. But that's the revenge of Vince McMahon. You know, even if there's money behind him, if he could make more money with, you know, giving us what we want, he's still like, screw it, I have enough money to do what I want. And that's what I think. That's what I think we should have saw coming. And that's what I think this shit is going to continue to happen.